for us, because let's go back to the start line. Our next event is the turn of the youngsters, the under-13 boys, about to get underway. So let's go back to Jeff Whiteman and Stuart Story.
Well, they're ready, these youngsters, and there will be one big charge, because we estimate they're just short of 500 starters in this race. They're the entries, of course, slightly less than that actually appear in the race. But certainly this is one of those events in which it's totally difficult to predict. There's one young man, clearly, who wants himself known early on. In this, I was just looking at his number, 474. We'll identify him for you. And that is Scott Wilson of Cumbria, in that red and yellow and green horizontal stripes. 850 up there is Robert Etherington, the second place at this early stage. They're really charging up this hill, and some of them will suffer a little bit as a result of that, but they're carried along by the swarm. 420 is Sam Henning of Buckinghamshire. I'm just looking at 510. There is Harrison Yanold of Dorset. He was 11th in the under-13 last year, actually. The top 10, incidentally, moved up to under-15, so he could be one of those who prevails here. 554. That's Jack Boswell of Hampshire in there. 525. That's Canaan Solomon of Essex. Now, watch out for him, because he is a very, very good athlete indeed. He made it a treble of championship victories this winter, as he added the national under-13 boys title to the Southern and Essex title he'd already won. He's in the red vest, right on the left of that shot. Hugo Milner also in there at 483. He's one of those that we must watch. He was third in the English national. So they're all those that we expect to be up there are there.
Sam Henning was fifth in the English national a couple of weeks ago. Of course, this is an age group where in the space of a fortnight, I guess the winner is going to come from that leading group of 7 or 8. There's one per county in that group. The form athletes are there, but the gaps are just probably slightly bigger than one or two of them would like at this point.
Yes, indeed. It was a 3,000-metre race, of course, so we're between 2,000 and 3,000 metres on this at the moment. There's 680. That's Markhim Lonsdale. I wish to mention him as well. He's a 2.8 man indoors. Big improvement from last season, incidentally. He's the Scottish under-14, under-16 championship winner at 800 metres. That's young lad, second in the English national, incidentally. And I have to say that Lonsdale was 220th in this event last year. So he's come on a bit, wearing the 680.
Well, Paula Radcliffe once finished 220th in a national, so you can still succeed in the sport from all sorts of starts. This is now going to be their last long uphill before the right-hand turn to the finish, and I hope they've got the photo finish ready, because I think this is going to be interesting over the closing kilometre.
Yes, indeed. Ben Jigster on the right there. The leader, 554, is Jack Boswell of Hampshire. 525 is Canaan Solomon of Essex. He's got a very, very strong finish indeed, as Solomon. He's noted for his sprint finish.
And that's actually the finishing straight they're just running parallel to, so they've just gone beyond the finish gantry. Unfortunately, they've got another 80 metres of uphill and then the right-hand turn. And what a contrast with the previous race, where we had a bit of a runaway from Zach Seddon, because any one of these 7 guys could still win it. Sam Henning now in the sky blue, just drifting back a little bit now, the Buckinghamshire athlete. And it's the English champion, Solomon, from Essex now, just running a very well-judged race for an under-13-year-old. Just up there into bronze medal position at the moment. Yeah,
I was reading about him. He's got a good racing brain. Went a bit wide there, though. Look at this from Markhim Lonsdale. What about that? 680. That's Lonsdale. Second in the English national. Has taken them all by surprise, including Solomon. But Solomon will chase him. Look at this sprint feed of Solomon on the left-hand side in the red vest. This is going to be an absolute cracking finish. A little look over the shoulder from Lonsdale. What a race. Behind him is Boswell. What about this as a sprint finish?
Oh, the English champion is coming. The English champion is coming. He went after the buggy.
He did.
Oh, it's going to be close.
It's going to be close. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Solomon or Lonsdale. Solomon or Lonsdale first. burst from Solomon second. Lonsdale gets it. Solomon in second. What a race that was.
And Solomon's not happy because he started to follow the buggy, but that young man took his chances, and it looked like he shot his bolt, but it's paid off. He is happy, Harry.
Oh, yes, yes, I did it. What a good burst of speed. Absolutely delighted as the rest come through. What a good race that was over 3,000 metres. Wow.
Well, these races are chip time, so even though there appears to be all sorts of congestion, there'll be a ping on the computer chips on their finishing line mats, tied to their shoes. There was only one winner, and only just, though. Only just.
Well done to Markhim Lonsdale. Wow. Well, let's have a little look at this. It was a real charge, wasn't it, at the start? It really was. And the race emerged very, very quickly indeed with all the principals there. The eventual winner on the right is in, what, 5th place at the moment, behind Sam Henning of Buckinghamshire, wearing 4.20. He took the early lead, and then, of course, the diminutive figure of Markhim Lonsdale. And as Solomon takes the wrong route and doesn't quite have the sprint finish to take it in the end, but what a race it was between the two. I knew Solomon had got a finish, but he was absolutely fooled, wasn't he, in the final stages. Very, very fine race indeed. What a good 1-2.
Great to see the youngsters in action, and what a sprint finish. That could be the race of the day. Let's hope that some of these athletes can develop over the next few years into true senior international athletes. Anyway, lots more coming up. Next on this course is the senior women's. Well, welcome back to the McCain Inter-Counties Cross Country Championships live from Birmingham. We've just enjoyed a cracking race, the under-13 boys race, and congratulations to Markhim Lonsdale, just hanging on to the gold medal position. Let's get full confirmation of the result. So Markhim Lonsdale for North East winning, just look at the same time for Canaan. Solomon from Essex, and back in 3rd position was Jack Boswell for Hampshire. So a really fabulous race, and I'm delighted to say all 3 of our medalists are now with Mark Richardson.
Well, guys, I'd just like to say thank you so much. That race was epic. Markhim, from your perspective, how do you feel it went?
I couldn't believe it, really. I've never won national. I watched last year's race, George Butler, and I was thinking about me being him, how we ran the race. He stayed in form down there. Nah, just can't believe I'm speechless.
And what a performance. I mean, last year, 220th to emerge as a champion. Yeah,
that was a bad race because the year before I came 74th. Then last year I was really sick and I never ran the race properly. I wasn't really fit as well, even on the track.
And Canaan, from your perspective, you kept Markhim really honest, didn't you?
Yeah. I think it was a really good race because normally we're all really tight together normally in races, so it was really good for him to win this race, so I don't mind.
And you were so tightly clustered, and Jack, you seem to be right in contention as well. And then just around the last corner, you seem to go a little bit too wide.
Yeah, coming down the straight, I got a bit of a lead at the front, and then coming round the bend, I was going too fast, so I lost my footing basically, and couldn't make the corner perfectly as I'd like to. So.
Well, thank you once again, gentlemen. That was a magnificent race. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Jack.
Great to hear from those athletes. They're good talkers as well as good runners, aren't they? Now, next on the start line, it's one of the feature events of the day.